Samsung's Galaxy Ultra series has long represented the pinnacle of the brand's mobile innovation, particularly in the camera department. However, despite packing cutting-edge hardware, many loyal Samsung users have expressed frustration over the company's sluggish pace in improving its camera technology, especially the primary sensor. It has now been 4 years since Samsung last upgraded the primary sensor on its Ultra phones, and the Galaxy S26 Ultra will once again use the 200-megapixel ISOCELL HP2 sensor, but this time the camera setup brings a significant change that may finally address many of the persistent image quality issues in Samsung's high-end devices. Wider aperture on 200-megapixel sensor promises tangible gains. According to the reliable tipster at Universe Ice, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will retain the same 200-megapixel ISOCELL HP2 sensor found in its predecessors, including the Galaxy S23 Ultra, Galaxy S24 Ultra, Galaxy S25 Ultra, Galaxy S25 Edge, and Galaxy Z Fold 7, but it will be paired with a wider aperture lens. This modification is crucial, as it allows the sensor to capture more light, leading to improved performance in low-light conditions, reduced image noise, and better video quality. The broader aperture also shortens shutter times, thereby helping to eliminate motion blur, one of the most criticized issues in recent Galaxy Ultra models. The tipster asserts that the wider aperture lens on the Galaxy S26 Ultra will solve almost all camera-related problems that users faced on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. If true, this could represent one of the most meaningful year-over-year imaging upgrades for Samsung's Ultra lineup in recent memory, despite the lack of a brand-new sensor. Understanding the ISOCELL HP2 old sensor new potential, the ISOCELL HP2 is a 1/1.3-inch sensor, originally launched 2 years ago. While it is not a new sensor by 2025 standards, the pairing with a wider aperture demonstrates Samsung's strategic shift towards optimizing image processing and lens performance, rather than purely chasing higher megapixel counts or newer silicon. The wider aperture is expected to make the sensor more capable in challenging lighting conditions, a move that mirrors similar approaches taken by other smartphone manufacturers in recent years. Full camera setup revealed. Balanced and versatile beyond the upgraded primary lens, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature a quad-camera setup that balances resolution with optical versatility, 200-megapixel primary camera with wider aperture, 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera with autofocus, 12-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom, 50-megapixel telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom. The front-facing camera will remain at 12 megapixels, consistent with recent generations. All cameras on the Galaxy S26 Ultra will support 4K 60 FPS video recording with 10-bit Super HDR, including standards such as HDR10, HDR10+, and HLG. This ensures vibrant, high dynamic range content capture across all lighting scenarios. However, the Ultra's video capabilities do have one significant limitation. If Samsung continues using the ISOCELL HP2 sensor, 8K video recording will be capped at 30 fps. Despite users' hopes for 8K 60 FPS video, this level of performance simply isn't supported by the HP2 sensor's architecture. Still, the Ultra will be capable of 8K 30 FPS video recording with its ultra-wide primary and super telephoto cameras, giving users flexibility in high-resolution videography. Variable aperture rumored more control for power users, adding to the camera story. Previous reports suggest Samsung is experimenting with a variable aperture feature on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This function would give users the ability to choose between wider apertures for brighter images, with stronger background blur, bokeh, and narrower apertures for darker images with sharper backgrounds, providing professional-level control over depth of field and exposure. If implemented, this feature could further differentiate the Ultra from its competition, particularly among smartphone photography enthusiasts. Firmware Development confirms progress toward launch. The development of the Galaxy S26 Ultra is well underway. Firmware version S948 USQU0AYG8 has been discovered on Samsung's OTA update server, linked to a device bearing the model number SMS948, which aligns with the Galaxy S26 Ultra based on Samsung's established model numbering convention. According to leakster Tarun Vats, this is the first Android 16-based One UI 8.5 build for the upcoming device, confirming that software development has entered its initial stages. Expected hardware and performance: elite SoC, large battery. According to earlier leaks and industry predictions, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will feature Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 SoC, expected to be the most powerful Android chipset at launch. 5000 mAh battery, offering extended battery life to power the high-resolution display and imaging system. Charging speed exceeding 45 W, ensuring quick top-ups for the sizable battery. These specifications align with Samsung's traditional approach to its Ultra devices, delivering top-tier performance, battery life, and camera functionality. Launch timeline: early 2026 debut expected. Samsung traditionally unveils its Galaxy S series flagships in January or February, so the Galaxy S26 series, including the Ultra, is anticipated to launch in January 2026 or February 2026, with the appearance of firmware builds and increasing leaks surrounding the S26 lineup, including details about the Galaxy S26 Edge's thickness and battery capacity. It's evident that the devices are progressing through development milestones at a steady pace. Conclusion: evolution, not revolution, but a meaningful one. While some may be disappointed by the continued use of the ISOCELL HP2 sensor, Samsung's choice to focus on optical and software enhancements, such as the wider aperture and potential variable aperture function, shows a strategic pivot towards solving real-world issues rather than simply increasing hardware specs. If the camera system on the Galaxy S26 Ultra can deliver the improvements promised, particularly in motion blur reduction and low-light imaging, it may turn out to be a quietly revolutionary upgrade despite its evolutionary appearance. With months still to go before launch, more information will undoubtedly surface. But for now, it appears the Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be a polished and refined flagship, designed to address long-standing criticisms and deliver a compelling experience for photographers, videographers, and everyday users alike.